Hey, Alex here, welcome to the best mining guide for lazy people. What you need for this guide is either Zhongli or any character that can use the claymore. These mining spots and routes that I will show you in this video will benefit you in the long run. I know, farming takes a lot of time and time is a valuable resource. Therefore, I made this guide to show you what is possible in a short time. It takes me 20 minutes a day to do all the daily commissions and farm all the mining spots that are shown in this video. If you look at my current loot, we can see that I have more than enough for the upcoming levels. I have currently 754 crystal chunks and I have almost 1800 mystic enchantment ores. This is why you should use this guide too to benefit you in the upcoming levels. Enough talking, let's start with the guide. We will start with Mondstadt, and if we look at the map we have numbers and 2 letter Bs. The 2 Bs are optional because it takes time to get to this location, therefore I gave it bonus. Another important thing is the border around the number. If a number has a border, this means you can farm this location daily. Short example, number 1, no border, not a daily mining location. Number 4, has a border, daily mining location. To start the route, we teleport to the teleporter near number 1 and run towards the destination. And this one is pretty simple and can be farmed every 48 hours. Location number 2 is also near the teleporter and it has also a 48-hour respawn cooldown. Keep in mind, the 48 cooldown is only for the white iron and the 72-hour cooldown means 3 days is for the crystals. Number 3 is near the spiral abyss and the location should be known if you're using it. My time saving tip, I would suggest to do number 1 to 3 every second day, even though you will miss the crystals on the 3rd day, but in my opinion it is not worth to farm the 2 crystals extra every 3rd day. Number 4 is my personal favorite from Mondstadt, and this one is our first daily mining location. It will always contain 2 crystals and 2 magical ones. If you're lucky you will have much more. Location number 5 to number 7 are not that far away from the teleporter. What I do is to go to number 5, take the white iron, teleport back to, get to number 6, teleport back again, and then finally go to number 7. Take a note, number 5 and number 7 are not daily locations and they can be farmed every 48 hours. It can happen though that number 6 will not have ores because the daily locations are not fixed. This means every day they can vary. If you don't see any ores, you just skip it and go to the next number in the route. Quick note, number 7 can be skipped if you do not need white iron. Same spiel for number 8 and 9. They are daily locations and it can happen that only one or maybe none has the ores that you need. In my video number 9 had nothing. Normally they spawn directly behind the enemy camp. What I did here is to take the 2 white irons before I teleport back to the teleporter to get to number 9. You can skip this if you're not in need of white iron. You run up the path and at the end you will find one camp, and directly behind the camp you will find the mining location. Unlucky, in my situation I had nothing to farm here. This is our last number for this map, and if you would like to skip the bonus locations, there is no problem in that. Number 10 has the most loot in the same place from all the locations in Mondstadt. As far as I know, this one is with number 4 always a fixed location to mine. First bonus location is easy to find. After teleporting to the teleporter near number 10, you just follow the path to the weekly wolf boss, and just before you reach the boss area, you will find on the right side the mining location. The last bonus location in Mondstadt is only recommended if you have enough time to get to the location. I personally skip this one if I do not feel like it. Sometimes you will not even find the ore and it's just a waste of time. What you can do is to count the daily locations, and if you have 5 so far, you will find the last one in this bonus location. If you already have 6, then there is no need to go to this place. In Mondstadt, only 6 daily locations spawn every day. These are all the routes for Mondstadt. Let's go to Liyue part 1. We teleport to number 1, which is in the top of the screen above number 2. Number 1 together with number 2 has a 48-hour cooldown. Normally in location number 2 you will find not only core lapis, but you will find jade as well. To get to number 4 you teleport to the domain in Minion village, and this spot is perfect to farm jades. Next up is number 5. This one can be skipped if you do not need 1 jade and 1 crystal extra every 2 days. I personally mine this location because on this way there is a good spot to farm the daily artifacts. In my opinion, number 6 is the best mining location in Liyue. You should never skip this every 72 hours. Unfortunately, this one is not a daily route. Number 7 is the best location to farm core lapis. Every 2 days you can visit this place and loot the lapis. I would suggest to never skip it. When the cooldown is ready, you should always farm it. The location are as follows. 1 is directly under the teleporter, 4 are in between the trees, and the last 4 are behind the mountain. Part 1 is now finished, and in this part we discuss the locations that have a cooldown. In part 2 we will discuss all the daily respawn locations. We teleport to the location near number 1 and just follow me to find the first daily respawn location. Location number 2 is near the teleporter on the right of the Genshin ruins. You just glide a few meters and you will find the small spot where the ores are spawning. Next up we have a good spot that may differ from day to day due to the daily respawn locations. The spots are near the statue of 7 above the Liyue pass. One spot is inside a small cave and the second one is outside on the wall. In this case my cave spot was empty, but the second spot had everything I was talking about. Location number 5 is near the teleporter at the top of the mountain next to Mount Hang. This spot can be skipped if you don't like the long gliding to get to the location. In my opinion, the gliding is worth the ores that spawn inside. You can farm this every 48 hours to get the maximum potential if the dailies are not worth it. Number 6 is also a secret location that can be skipped if the path is too long for you. I would recommend to do it at least every 2 days to get the huge amount of ores that are spawning inside. Now let's go back to the easy to find locations. Number 7 and 8 are always spawning daily and I would never skip them. I would suggest to farm the daily ores for 1 week without forging anything, and afterwards you can start using up your crystals and white iron. After 1 week you will have enough to forge and you will still have enough saved up. If you stay disciplined and daily farm the ores, you will get to the point I am right now. Next up we have my favorite island in Liyue. You teleport to the only teleporter in the area. After farming the solo core lapis behind the teleporter, you will see the daily location that spawns every day. All spots in the island are daily respawns and should never be skipped. After finishing the first spot, you teleport to the domain in the area and go to the second spot. If you follow the path, you will find the next location on the left side of the mountain. To finish up the whole routine, after collecting all the ores, you swim over to the solo island to find the last spot of the daily farming locations. This was the last route for this episode. If you have any improvements or adjustments, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, leave a like if this helped you gather your items, and subscribe for more guides and Genshin content. See ya in the next episode.